Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to today's Facebook Live training inside the Bergeron Facebook page. Today's topic is weight liberation, how to heal your relationship with food and your body. I've been seeing all the questions that have been posted below the post that I put up today. It's a very, very popular topic. So this is what we're going to be talking about today, diving in deep to do the link between our emotions, our belief systems, our relationship with food, and our bodies. I'm going to be focusing specifically on women today. I'm a woman, that's the energy I understand, and the challenges that women have in today's society in regards to maintaining weight, beauty, and the pressures that are applied to women in order to ensure they stay gorgeous and sexy and beautiful. So I'm going to be focusing on that. Obviously, some of the topics I'll be talking about today will relate to men as well, but specifically I'm going to be talking about weight issues as it relates to women, self-esteem, confidence, self-worth, and so forth. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so if you've never joined any of our trainings before, my name is Anna Ketney. I'm the founder and director of Bergeron. At Bergeron, we run theta healing certification accreditation courses and additional trainings to do with the energetics and mindset reprogramming. Okay, that's essentially what we do as a company. We have several practitioners on our team available for one-to-one sessions, so you can book appointments there and experience a theta session for yourself. So if you're feeling a little stuck and you're needing some one-to-one support, then I definitely encourage you to visit the website where you can book in your one-to-one appointments. Okay, so before we begin, I would like to set an intention. Let's set an intention that you get what you need from today's training that will either guide you in the right direction in terms of the food you need to eat or certain behaviors and habits that you need to stop or start, whether it's the guidance and insight for your next steps and whether that's getting like specific tailored support, because I'm conscious that people have a wide variety of health challenges. I can't address all the health challenges today, and in all honesty, it's actually not right for me to do so. That for some of you, you may actually need to get specific help, and that might be seeking a nutritionist. It might be seeking a theta healer for who specializes in nutrition and certain diseases and conditions. So someone who's an expert in your specific ailment would definitely be advised. So let go of any sort of attachment and desperation and a clinginess to like this has to be the be all and end all, and really see today as an opportunity to open up your energetic field to the possibility of wellness, to remember that inside your DNA your body has codes on how to heal and repair itself. Those codes exist. So the potential for self-healing, self-restoration, rejuvenation, right? Self-healing, or it's already within you. It's within you. And so the work we'll be doing today is really tapping into those codes so that your body can heal, can repair itself. And then your job as the human is to give it the right food, water, sunlight, the right mindset in order to support the repair and restoration and rejuvenation of your body temple. Okay, so I would like to keep today's energy very high vibe, very, very high vibe. So we ask that you support your fellow sisters in today's training as well. So when someone's stuck or challenged, really do support them inside the chat as well. I'd love to see that collaboration and support inside our community at Bergeron. So right, so let's begin. Okay, so you're going to be learning a few concepts today. The first one is this and this is very mainstream, very, very mainstream. The mainstream media deals with women and issues with weight, body dysfunction, things like in a very medical way. It's very much like there's something wrong with this part of the body, and so let's give you a medication for this ailment or this condition that is causing you to gain weight, for example, in this particular part of the body. So it's very like isolated. And our philosophy in theta healing is very much holistic. It's all about holistic well-being. So we're treating the person not as an organ, right? We're not treating as an organ or the disease, if you will, which we're seeing, healing as a process of transformation and change on a holistic level. So what does that mean? That means mind, body, spirit, soul, on all levels, on all levels. So whenever we do work with our clients privately, when we do an energetic body scan, what we're seeing is what is the underlying cause for what's going on for this person. So whether it's like they can't shift the weight, or the yo-yoing, for example, or weight in a particular area that is not moving. Okay, so for a lot of women it tends to be around the belly. Okay, around the belly, or around the thighs, for example. Okay, or there might be other physical conditions. It might be like endometriosis, it might be acne, things like that. So we tend to see the body as kind of a holistic thing. And I was thinking, well, let's just do a healing on the acne, or let's just do a healing on the belly, the fat belly. Then what we do is we actually scan the entire body and say, okay, what is the underlying cause that's causing this imbalance for the body not to be in wellness, not to be in health, right? And so a theta healer will do an intuitive body scan, will go into your energetic space, and they'll scan on 4 levels. So the first level is core. So they're going to be looking at core level beliefs and programming. They're going to be looking at the biology as well. So what's going on for you on a cellular level, right? So are you absorbing the nutrients from your food? This is a huge one, huge one. So I'm not going to talk too much about this today because I do actually have a YouTube video on this exact topic, which is detoxing and parasites. So if you've, this is a taboo subject, so just bear with me here. But most people have some form of parasitic infestation. It's something you should be doing once a year to detox your body, to get rid of the parasites. They're in your fruit and vegetables, they're in your meat. It's next to impossible to eliminate them completely. And so you should be doing your parasitic cleanse once a year. Okay, so I have a separate YouTube video on that, and my students who've done intuitive anatomy, you would have gotten much more in-depth training on how you actually do a parasitic cleanse, how you do a liver cleanse, for example. We go much more in depth in this. It's a bit more advanced knowledge, but for the majority of you, it's a herbal regime of about 60 days that you do once a year to cleanse out the parasites. So if you imagine you've got worms and you're eating all these lovely supplements, you're taking your green juices, you're taking your green powders, right? These parasites are stealing your nutrients, and so the body thinks it's being starved to death. You're like, why can't I lose weight? Why can't I shift this weight? I'm exercising, I'm eating healthy, I'm taking all my supplements, it's not shifting. It's because there's a parasitic infestation, and those parasites, they die off and they have more babies, and it all sits in your intestines and it blocks your intestines, and so the body thinks it's being starved to death. Okay, so again, as I said, I've got a whole training on that on YouTube that you can go check out, but it's a herbal regime that you should be looking at to do once a year, ideally spring and summer. Okay, so for a lot of people, the first place is kind of elimination. What can I eliminate from my life? What can I eliminate? So we're looking at biology, we're looking at foods that we can eliminate that we know are not healthy for us. So I saw some of the comments that I, in regards to today's event, and many of you talked about sort of like emotional eating, right? So emotional eating. So let's cover that. So when you have this desire, okay, I feel depressed, I feel sad, let me treat myself with some cake, let me treat myself with some chocolate, I'll feel better, right? Or we go for the glass of wine, that kind of emotional eating. There's a couple of drivers. The first driver is a biological one, which is the candida in your body, the parasites in your body. They love sugar. So these microbes that are in your body are sending thought forms. Take this, you'll feel better. You need this, you deserve this, right? They're making you desire the cakes and the pastries and the flour and the sugar, right? And the alcohol. It's like, I deserve it. And so some of your thought forms aren't even yours. They're being transmitted from the candida in your body and the parasites who love, this is what they get fed on. So if you don't feed your body these foods, they get starved. And so what often happens on someone who's doing a parasitic cleanse is the first kind of week or so, usually the first couple of weeks, they have like little breakouts in their skin because all the toxins are coming out. And there's thought forms like, I'm dying. There's a feeling of deprivation. I'm being starved to death. And it's not your thoughts. It's the thoughts of the parasites going, I'm being starved to death, literally. But you get confused because you don't know that they're not your thoughts. They're the thoughts of the microbes. So that's the first one. So some of the emotional eating is really is caused by the microbes in your body. This is why the detox is so important. The next thing is the underlining belief systems that are running the show. So this topic of kind of weight is a very huge and broad topic. So I'm going to focus on a specific area. So if you think back to when you were a child and how you were rewarded, how you were treated, when you did well in grades, when you got the blue ribbon, right, for, swimming the race, or riding the horse, or whatever, game you played at school, that was gymnastics or the ballet, right? How were you rewarded for good effort and a well done? So I know growing up as a kid, the rewards for us were sweets. Very rarely would we have sweets in the house. My mum was very, very strict. We didn't have Coke in the house. We didn't have, soft drinks. We didn't have crisps. It was sort of like, if there's a birthday party, that's the only time that there's candy, right? But if we got to do something really well, like we did well in grades, or if we achieved something, then there would be some sort of treat. Often it was ice cream or cake of some kind. And so subconsciously, we can create belief systems of, oh, I reward myself and treat myself with sugar, right? Sugar. Now, we're not talking like sugar from fruit, right? I'm not talking about fructose. What we're talking about is the refined stuff that is like rust in your body. Okay. So we create these beliefs of, I deserve to be treated. This is how I take care of my body. This is how I reward myself. This is how I nurture myself for a job well done, through these foods, right? We get programmed from a very young age. And you see this in like TV commercials, and I'm not going to name names here, right? You see certain TV commercials where the soft drink is the reward for like a big, well done job, right? That you've been sweating, you've been working hard all day, and you get the soft drink as the reward. Or you win the race and you get the cake, or you get the candy, or you get the pastry or whatever. And so from a very young age, through collective consciousness, through TV and media, through advertising, we're programmed. We're programmed. In Theta Healing, we call these free floating memories, or engram banks, where the jingle's going and the sound, the words are going, and it's like, this food is a reward, this food is a reward. And so we get programmed with these belief systems that these foods that we know about are a reward. And so when you get depressed and you get sad, it's like, okay, I need to make myself feel better. What makes me feel better? Well, things I reward myself with, what are those things? It's the chocolates, the candy, it's the soft drink, it's the wine. And hence we go back into the loop of more sugar, right? Because we think that's how we feel better. That's how we rewarded. And I can't even pronounce this word. Satiates. That's it. Satiates. I got it. I got it. Okay. So today, we're going to be doing a bit of an energy clearing to sort of rewire your subconscious mind, to unhook you from the chocolate, the sugar, the wine, and the pastries, all of that, making that as a reward. So somewhere we have an anchor that those foods and liquids are somehow a reward. This is how we treat ourselves. This is how we make make ourselves feel better. So we're gonna like rewire you to unhook those foods. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Okay, and rewire you for the new ways in which you would like to reward yourself. So I would like to see the chat light up. So instead of going to the food and the candy and the glass of wine, what would you like to reward yourself with when you've worked really hard, or when you want to comfort yourself? So I want you to make this choice from a conscious place, So let me know in the chat, what would you like to reward yourself with? Yeah. Got someone from Philippines. Hello. Colleen, the replay will be saved inside the Facebook group, so don't worry, you'll have it. Indonesia. Wow. Must be quite late. Hi, Roxanne. A bath. I love that, Sue. A bath. Absolutely. So what if you could create the bath instead of like a very functional thing, like, right, I gotta have a bath, have a wash, to make it a beautiful self-care ritual. So that might be putting up nice candles. It might be getting like rose petals. It might be beautiful music, right? So get your speaker hooked up to your phone with a Bluetooth and have your favorite tracks. So I've got my favorite tracks saved to my phone. So I've got like a playlist of all my favorite tracks. That fill me with joy. So you might create a special like playlist that puts you in a good mood. So I've got songs, and unfortunately, due to like copyright, I can't play the actual songs on my playlist. But I've got like Cuban music. I've got like jazz, I've got blues, I've got a whole range of like songs, and even some songs from like movies. Like I've got the Gladiator song, things like that. So you get to create your playlist that you play in the bath that uplifts you, soothes you, inspires you. You can put like Epsom salts in the bath. Essential oils are really great. I love my essential oils. I always have those in the cupboard. That's kind of like my first medicine cabinet I go to is my essential oils. right? Um, and really creating that quiet space and quiet time for yourself, a good half hour, 45 minutes, undisturbed in the bath as a way to take care of yourself. Yeah. So I love that, Sue. Love that. Yeah. So positive ways for self-care. So with no sugar, right? So no chocolate, no soft drink, right? No glass of wine, right? What's a healthy, supportive, nurturing, empowering way that you can honor yourself, your body temple, take care of yourself? Oh, I love that, Manisha. Homemade soul food. Yes, food from scratch. Gonna show my age now. Back in my day, I'm 45, guys. Back in my day, we never had like restaurant meals. Like I didn't. The first restaurant I ever went to was when my first boyfriend took me on a date, and it was in Australia in Perth to Sizzler. It's one of those like all you can eat buffets, right? So I didn't even know which forks to use when I met my husband. Like how do I eat? Which fork do I use? It's like outside in, right? So didn't know anything about restaurants or eating out, and my mum always cooked everything from scratch. Never, nothing ever came in a box or a carton. Everything was made from scratch. That's how I grew up. That's how my mum raised us. Um, and that's what was the new norm. But obviously now in today's age, most people going for the convenience stuff, the pre-packaged, pre-boxed, things that are convenience that can be thrown in the microwave, right? I don't own a microwave. I got rid of my microwave years ago, 25 years ago, I think. Yeah, I don't use a microwave. It creates genetically modified food. You don't want to be using a microwave. The thing causes cancer, and it's been scientifically proven. So not even to reheat stuff. Yeah, yeah. So homemade soul food. So it might be a really beautiful homemade soup with like herbs and spices, with like butternut squash and like fresh thyme from your garden, things like that, right? And really, obviously you want to be avoiding the bread because the bread's going to feed the parasites. Yeah. So what are candles? Candles. Yes, absolutely. I've got lots of candles. Every time I go to a shop, I'm buying a candle. They're often on my Instagram. I love candles. Love candles. So I recently bought some vegan soy something candles with these amazing aromas. The candles, yes, having candles. So it doesn't have to be a weekend and a special occasion, right? It could be a Tuesday night, right? And you've got your candles out on your coffee table or inside your fireplace. You've got the jazz music going in the background, and you're dancing with your partner to beautiful music, right? Kids are running around screaming, but it's all fine because you've got your candles and you're dancing with your partner, right? Or dancing with your friend, or dancing on your own like no one's watching. Yeah, candles. Yeah, there's something really beautiful and ancient about candles. It's like the original flame. Obviously, before electricity, everything was done by candlelight. So there's something really beautiful and soothing and ancient about lighting the candle. And rather than waiting for it to be a special occasion to light the candles, that you are the special occasion. You get to light the candle every day. Every day. Yes. Yeah. Going to the gym. Love that. Yes, going to the gym. So that might be doing a Pilates class, might be doing a yoga class, right? For those of you who like, spin and like those HIIT workouts and things like that, something that you really truly love and enjoy, right? So for me, I love the yoga. Like yoga for me is like absolutely the best thing when I go to the gym. I do yoga at home, but it's nice to share it with others at the gym. Yeah. Beautiful. I love it. Love it. Yeah. Or the going swimming. So we because of COVID, we joined the local gym because we're not going away this year. So we joined the local gym and we go swimming quite regularly with my daughter. And they've got the steam room and the sauna. And in the sauna they've got the essential oils going, and it's just a beautiful experience. My daughter's old enough to swim by herself, so she'll swim. We'll play with her for a bit. My husband and I will sit in the steam room and the sauna and the hot tub. It's lovely. So there's you can definitely use the gym as a self-care method. Yeah. Home cooked food, yes, Susanna. Yeah. Chicken nuggets, no, they don't qualify. I'm sorry, Susanna. Yeah, love that, Alicia. Drive to the beach, enjoy the fresh breeze, aroma and sea breeze. Yes. Yeah. So if you can be near a body of water, so whether it's the seaside or whether it's lake, right? So again, we're talking about sort of like ancient practices and rituals. that, humans have always lived by water, always. Like, it was essential for our survival to live by water. But then as we sort of obviously got, plumbing and piping across the planet, where cities are now much further away from water, it's not a natural habitat for us to be in. So whenever we're near a body of water, whether it's an ocean or a lake, we're automatically soothed, we calm down. Like, we've got a beautiful river not far from where I live. So up in Dorking, yeah, Dorking. There's a place called Box Hill that's got a beautiful river, and during the summer we all go wild swimming. So my husband and my kids, we all go actually swimming inside the river. We have our special shoes on because it's very pebbly, and we go for a swim in the river. A little chilly, but it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It's got the what's it called, the flying fox, like the rope hanging from the tree, and the kids have a beautiful time. And we have a picnic, and there's like grass, beautiful tall grass, and we've got like the dragonflies flying around, and just beautiful in nature. And there's some really like little like private spots, so you can really feel like you're absolutely alone in this beautiful, beautiful forest. So by being in water, whether it's seaside, we talked about the bath, whether it's by the ocean, definitely, I love that, love that. Oh, Maria, now we're talking. Hammam, yes. It's the Moroccan style spa, yes. So years ago, I used to do Groupon, and they had this hammam experience, and it was like this big marble table. You're absolutely naked, and they put on this like they wash you down with this stuff. There's so much soap, so they wash you down first. Then they put on this stuff that looks like pesto paste. It's very good for you. It's all these like beautiful herbs, but it looks like pesto. Like, you're covered like in this green stuff, and afterwards your skin is so smooth and soft, and it's just really beautiful to be treated by another woman, to have another woman's hands on you, to take care of you and nurture you. So hammam or having a massage is another wonderful way. Absolutely. So I've got a lady that comes to my house once a month, and I get a full body 90 minutes massage, and it's just beautiful just to be taken care of. Nobody needs anything from me, someone is taking care of me. And there's something wonderful about having a woman's hands on you that is caring for you, nurturing you. It's kind of like a motherly touch. It's really beautiful, really beautiful. So I love that hammam massage. You can get it on, I don't know what they've got in the US, but in the UK it's Groupon, where you can get like these discounts to these spa places. Dancing, aromatherapy, yes, yes, absolutely, yes. So talked about the track list that I've got. So you get to create your own playlist, right? My daughter actually creates her own aromatherapy blends. She puts them into like these like spray bottles. So she's made one for the home, for the car. So using like aura sprays with essential oils. Aromatherapy is wonderful. Actually, I've got my aromatherapy going back here. Yes, yes. Yeah, so lots of ideas, guys. Any more ideas? Any more ideas for how we can treat ourselves, nurture ourselves, take care of ourselves, instead of having a drink, going for the chocolate, going for a soft drink, going for the chicken nuggets, right? What are some really loving and supportive ways we can nurture ourselves and do self-care? Cycling, yes. Being active. So there's a lot of science behind being active, because it releases a lot of the good feeling hormones. So your dopamine, serotonin, and those good feeling hormones elevate your mood, and at the same time you're breaking down fat and raising your metabolic rate. So I love that. Cycling is wonderful. So if you live by a park, or you can like get your bike out and go to there's a lot of cycle places, like in the countryside, there's like cycle tracks and things like that. So there's one that we go to. It's called Alice Holt, and it's near Farnham in Surrey, and it's absolutely beautiful. When you're going down your bike and you're driving past riding past all the pine trees, and there's this beautiful wind and stillness in the air, and sometimes you hear owls. It's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It's a good hour like cycle with the kids, and the kids love it. And then we make our way to Farnham for a nice lunch. So yeah, cycling, yeah, absolutely. Reading, I love that, Barbara. Reading, yeah. So my entire library is self-development. My entire library on every topic, from health, nutrition, aromatherapy, money, artistry, psychic surgery. God, I've got like everything on personal development. That's my entire library. But I love all that, like personal development. Personal development is as much for me as a job as it is for a hobby. So like I've got books on Audible that I listen to, and obviously a library of books as well. So things that really nurture you and uplift you. So for example, if you love romance or if you love comedy, those are the books that you might like to read. Yes, so reading, yes. Forest bathing. Oh, haven't heard of that one. Forest bathing. So you're bathing in the forest. I love that. I love that. Yeah, meditation. I was waiting for somebody to say that. Meditation. Yeah, so if you're feeling down or feeling low, then you get your ass on a yoga mat and you meditate, right? You can get your little angel cards out, right? You can have them laid out. You can light your candle or your incense and your sage and just say, not moving from the spot for 30 minutes. I'm just going to meditate. I'm going to go into stillness, and you can set intention for what you'd like to meditate on. You can do some reflection. Journaling is also great as well. So after meditation, some journaling as well. So I love that. Or you can do guided meditation. So I've got a bunch of free meditations on SoundCloud. So if you haven't checked those out, they're completely free. And some of them you can download to your phone. So you can listen to Anna Kidney day in, day out. I've got a morning one, an evening one. There's some energy clearing ones as well. So Anna Kidney on SoundCloud. So yeah, you can listen to me. And there's lots of other people you can listen to. There's YouTube as well that you can listen to for guided meditations. Ooh, Shipra, I love that. Buying and using organic creams and perfumes. Yes, yes. Yeah, really high quality ingredients that it's very soothing. It's like the self-touching, self-caressing. It's actually very soothing, very, very soothing. Yeah, so it's another way. I love that. I love that. Yeah, Lena's saying I need to go back to exercising every morning. Yes. So my husband and I, we started going for walks in the morning. So we've got a beautiful park up the road. So we go for a walk in the morning, make sure we get to like 141 in our heartbeat, burning the calories to try and do our 10,000 steps. Oh, very nice. Anika, listening to inspirational spiritual people while walking in nature. Yes. So like uplifting. So it might be podcasts that uplift you, that empower you. So again, if you're feeling down, feeling depressed, then listen to a podcast that is going to help bolster you, help you remember your power, help you remember who the hell you are and what you came here to do in the world. Sometimes we forget. We have a bad day and we forget that we've got superpowers, right? We forget that we're friggin' amazing. Right. And so you listen to a podcast and then the fire in your belly starts to go like, yes, I'm going to build an empire. I'm going to serve the world. Everything is going to work out fine. Right. And you're back building momentum. So I love that, Anika. Love that. Yes. Yeah. Beautiful. So I love all these ideas. Thank you so much, guys. So for those of you who kind of didn't have any inspiration, you can scroll through the chat and see all the beautiful ideas for self-care. So we talked about the emotional eating, the two components. The first one is it might not even be your thoughts. It might be the thoughts of candida and parasites in your body. So you want to be looking to do a parasitic cleanse. Okay, you want to be doing that once a year. And then obviously then we want to be looking at some of our belief systems. What belief systems are we running that's causing us to go towards these unhealthy comfort foods? And so I talked about how sometimes as children, when we grow up, the treat that our parents treated ourselves with happens to be candy or happened to be the sugar, or we saw our parents treat themselves to wine and then we became, frequent drinkers as a way to treat ourselves. Okay, so that's just one component. The negative self-talk, this negative self-criticism, I want to spend a little time on this one. Every person has that little person on their shoulder that is the critical, judgmental, always has an opinion, and it's never nice. Never nice. Some call it the mean girl or the ego self, right? And they're always very critical, always judgmental. And it's ultimately about which wolf you feed, right? Because there's the other voice, and the voice is of the higher self that tells you that you're amazing, that nothing is ever permanent. So if you are currently experiencing, weight issues or difficulty, that it's not a permanent thing, right? But then the ego self will say losing weight is difficult. Look at what the science says. I can't make the time to cook healthy food from scratch. I don't have the time to take a bath, right? I don't have the money to buy candles. I don't have the money to buy spa days. This is what the ego self will say to keep you trapped and keep you stuck, right? Now, in this moment, you have a choice. And my belief is that you are actually more powerful than you realize. You are not a victim. You're not helpless. You're not powerless. You are powerful. You are powerful. But it's about which wolf you feed. Who are you listening to? What are you feeding these wolves? So you can choose to focus on the ego that says, well, I can't, it's not possible, it's too difficult. You have the choice to go there. Or you can say, no, that is not a truth. That is an illusion. That is a story that I've been telling myself. It's a story that I've told so many times. I now believe it. So it's become a belief and it's become a fact and becomes a reality, right? But just because it's become your reality does not mean it's the universal truth, right? The universal truth is that your body has the capacity for self-healing, right? We call it homeostasis. It's the balance that the body has, whether it's balancing the hormones, balancing the temperature in your body. Okay, it's a natural state for our body to be in the balance. So if there's an imbalance, that's either an environmental thing, right? So the food we're putting into our body, right? Or an emotional thing, a mindset thing, where we've got certain belief systems that tell us, oh, it's difficult to lose weight. Oh, when you hit 40, it becomes more difficult to lose weight. Oh, if you've got this injury, then you're expected to this. And when you hit 40, then the aches and pains will start in your hips. And when you turn 60, you're definitely gonna lose your eyesight. And when you turn 70, you are gonna have to have some, teeth replaced. These are all beliefs. They're all beliefs. They became sort of like common conversation, became sort of like things that people said. And then as a result of what people said, it became like a belief system. And then for a lot of people, became their truth and their reality, right? Became their truth and reality because they bought into the belief systems of the collective consciousness. So guys, in this moment, you have a choice. Which wolf are you going to feed? Which wolf, right? Are you going to feed the wolf of the ego self who wants to keep you small, keep you trapped, keep you down, or the higher self who believes in the power of self-healing, rejuvenation, cellular repair, the higher self that knows what foods your body needs in order to be strong, in order to enhance longevity, in order to enhance cellular repair on a DNA level, right? Which wolf you're going to feed? The choice is yours. The choice is yours. In one respect, you can choose to be a victim. Oh, well, it's in my genetics, right? My mum was overweight. My dad was overweight. My cousins are overweight. So I'm going to be overweight, right? Doesn't have to be your truth. Doesn't have to be your truth, right? Okay. So which wolf are you going to feed? Yes, we have a choice, Nafisha. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So when we have this negative self-talk, we've just been feeding the wrong wolf. And so in that moment, you can make a choice. I can continue feeding that wolf, or I can pivot and shift to, what does the higher self version of me know that I need to do right now? What does the higher self or the wiser self of me know is the right foods for me to consume today? Right? That intuitive guidance is within you. And we've lost this. We've lost this. Again, I remember grocery shopping with my mom, and she would just pick up the avocado or pick up the pineapple. She would smell it and she would know whether the food was like underripe, ripe, or off. She would squeeze it, obviously feel the firmness, but she'll also smell it, right? And so we've lost this intuitive knowledge of being able to smell food to know whether it's good for us or no, but also intuitively know, like, okay, we shouldn't have chilies, or shouldn't have mushrooms, or we shouldn't have eggs. It's like we have to go get a food intolerance test to tell us what intuitively we should already know, because our ancestors, there was no food intolerance test, right? They just knew, they just intuitively knew not to eat this berry, or not to eat this food, or eat this food because it's good for this particular ailment. This knowledge was innate in us. We knew it from like the wiser version of ourselves, and we've forgotten because we gave away our power. And went, well, the food pyramid says I should be eating this, and the government experts should be saying this, and the keto people say I should eat this, and the fruitarians should eat this, and the vegans should tell us we should be eating this. And there's so much misinformation and confusion. You're like, who do I listen to? And really, you forget to listen to yourself. You listen to all these experts, right? But you've forgotten how to listen to your own internal wisdom. Your body already knows what food it needs. But what we do is we numb it, right? We numb it with our beliefs, right? That we're listening to these so-called experts about what foods we should be eating, right? That may not be in alignment with your body chemistry or your blood type. I mean, there's so many factors. Like the intuition, that inner guidance, your body knows what food it needs. You just need to start to listen. But what we're doing is we're listening to everybody else. We're jumping on the bandwagon of the latest fad, the latest diet, the latest, superfood that we should all be eating, right? So let's be honest, like goji berries are not native to the UK, but blueberries are, right? So if you want like really rich living superfood and you live in like Europe, probably blueberries are going to be the better option for you, right? Okay. You know, mangoes, pineapples, not so native to the UK, right? But if you're in Australia, go for it. Go for it because it's native. You're going to be eating food that is like locally sourced, locally produced. It's not going to be irradiated through being shipped across, across countries. It's not going to be refrigerated for a year and artificially ripened, right? It's going to come from the local farm, for example. So where I live in Surrey, we're really blessed. We have quite a lot of like farms, like farm shops. So like some of you might have seen my Instagram post, but like these huge, massive tomatoes, like they're crazy because they're fed by the local sheep manure. Right, so I got sheep up the road that way. I've got cows that way, and the farm shops. So and these farm shops are sourcing locally grown produce, locally grown produce. That's the way our ancestors ate. Food didn't come out of a box, right? It didn't come out of a box or a packet wrapped in plastic. Okay, so getting closer to nature, getting closer to nature. So we talked about a couple of things here. We talked about, emotional eating, a couple of factors. We talked about the negative self-talk, which is which wolf you're going to feed. The last thing I want to talk about before we do our energy clearing is the upper limit. The upper limit is you're doing really well. Like you're doing your juice diet, you're taking your spirulina, you're doing your green juicing, maybe you're doing a medical medium 5-day cleanse, for example, right? And then, you've lost a couple of kilos, you're feeling so happy. And then you find yourself in the cake shop buying like 4 cakes, or you find yourself in a restaurant and, you've ordered the starters, the main dessert and the wine. You're like, I've just blown the diet. I've been doing so well, and I just had this explosion, right? Or you wolf down an entire block of chocolate. You're like, I wasn't even like paying attention. That was like mindless eating. I just wolfed down that chocolate, right? We talked about how the parasites send thought forms, but this kind of self-sabotage is like an upper limit problem. So this shows up when we become frightened or scared of being healthy. Stay with me here. Stay with me. Why would we be frightened or scared to be healthy or well? So the subconscious creates these kind of distorted programs, and we call this secondary gain, right? Or like the kickback, if you will, the kickback. So let me give an example. A woman who is unhappy in her relationship. She's unhappy with her husband. He's been disrespectful. He's been neglectful. He expects her to take care of the children and doesn't help with the bathing, doesn't cook with the meals. He just comes home, sits on the sofa, drinks his beer, eats his meals. She's unhappy, right? And so, he's had a drink. He's, trying to like feel her up, right? And she's like, I don't want sex. I'm not in the mood. I've just had I've come home from work. I've taken care of the kids. They've been bathed. They've been washed. I've made the meals. I've cleaned the house. Like the last thing I want is like sex. So on a subconscious level, what the woman can do is start to put on weight to be unattractive to the partner, so the partner can leave her alone. Right? This is all happening in subconscious. So you can actually muscle test yourself. So for my theta healers, you can muscle test yourself. My weight protects me, right? My weight protects me from having sex. My weight protects me from my husband. My fat keeps me safe from intimacy, from sex. So you can muscle test yourself for some of these beliefs, right? So that's one example where a woman will hold on to weight as a way to like push away the partner. Okay, and that weight will sometimes it'll sit around the belly, it'll sit around the hips, and it'll sit around the inner thighs and around the buttocks. So it's almost like the more fat I have, the less attractive I am, and so I'm pushing you away. Another one is and I've come across this a few times, is due to abuse, whether it's physical abuse or sexual abuse, where the child has experienced some horrific form of abuse. And so the bigger the child gets, the safer they feel. It's almost like the skin becomes the boundary between them and the outside world. So it's also like, yes, I'm less attractive because I've got more fat around me. Also, fat, it can carry energetic imprints. So we're going to do some body whispering in a minute. So fats on, like for example, fat in different parts of the body has a different emotional energy around it. So you can actually speak to the fat on different parts of your body and see what it has to tell you. So we'll do some body whispering in a minute. So this child may start to carry weight and just grow to become a large adult as a way to protect itself. So although you may be desiring to be thin and skinny, some of the subconscious says, if I'm skinny, I'm more attractive, therefore it's more dangerous. I become a target as a woman, right? So again, I'm generalizing here. Okay, I'm generalizing. It's not the case for everyone, but you have a beautiful woman. sometimes these beautiful skinny women are seen as like objects, objectification. You see this a lot in like song movie clips, right? The way the women are like sort of like dressed partially naked, they're doing these moves, they're showing off their their bodies, the way that the men are holding them and handling them. It's like a piece of meat that's like wobbling around and dancing to look attractive. It's been objectification. And so the woman may develop a belief of, well, if I'm skinny, if I'm toned and I'm attractive, I'll attract more abuse, I'll attract more attack, I'll be violated, therefore it's not safe for me. So the bigger I am, the safer I feel. Okay, I'm less attractive and I've got more padding, if you will, more fat between me and the outside world, so I can protect myself. So the bigger I am, the safer I feel. Okay, so those are just a couple of examples on why a woman may hold on to extra weight on a subconscious, and it's on a subconscious level, right? So you're desiring to lose the weight, and then you do your green juicing, you've lost a few kilos, and then you put it back on because you've had a binge eating session. You're like, God, why did I do that? I know this food is not healthy, and I found myself eating the entire cake or the entire block of chocolate, or like sinking down a whole bottle of wine. And it's this form of self-sabotage. Like, you should be doing better, you can't help yourself, what's wrong with you? You're thinking, am I broken? You're not broken. You're not broken. Your subconscious is trying to keep you safe. It's trying to keep you safe. So sometimes it's the illness. Again, I've seen this several times, where if the person stays sick, they get taken care of by other people. So if I have this illness, then people love me, they take care of me, they have pity on me. So sometimes it's in a mental illness, right? So it might be depression, anxiety. So it's like, oh, I've got depression, like I'm on medication, like I can't hold down a job, and then you get the benefits from the government and family take care of you, and it's like you're off the hook, for example, right? So sometimes it's a mental disorder, and sometimes it's other physical diseases and conditions as well. It's like, if when I'm sick, I get taken care of. So I saw this example with children who've got psoriasis. So that, like, the second child is born, so the second child is born, the middle child feels like they've been neglected, they develop psoriasis, so the mummy puts cream on them, and when she puts cream on, they get attention, they feel love. So yes, psoriasis is a painful disorder of the skin, but then the child gets to be nurtured and touched and held by the mum, otherwise she's too busy with the new baby, right? Another example, I literally saw this poor child. I can't remember what the condition was. It's like a rare condition of the kidneys. It was many years ago. And when I tuned in to what was causing, I asked, Creator, what is the underlying cause of this? And I heard he's staying sick to keep his parents together. So I looked at the mother and I said, are you happy in your marriage? And her eyes just went, what? Like, what did my husband tell you? I'm like, he didn't tell me anything. I'm just asking a question. It's like, we're fine. Like, worry about my son. Right? She was very, very offended. So sometimes a child will create an illness to keep the parents together. So sometimes a wife may create an illness to keep the husband, right? If the husband's like going off and having affairs or got eyes elsewhere, sometimes the woman will create some sort of illness to say, well, he'll take care of me because otherwise he'll feel guilty if he leaves me and I've got this cancer, for example. Okay, so I've talked a lot about the concept of secondary gain and these kind of like kickbacks or distorted beliefs. And again, I can't address everyone's issue, today. It's, for many of you, it's going to be a very tailored scenario to address your individual issues. But what I would like to do today is do some body whispering. So the focus on today's topic was really sort of learning to heal your relationship with food and body. So not making food your enemy. Okay, so not making food your enemy. So if you've got guilt and you eat that cake, you're eating guilt. So I'm not saying don't eat the cake ever. You can still enjoy your cake, but eat the cake without the guilt, right? But don't make the cake the only form of way that you treat yourself, nurture yourself, do self-care. That you need these other, we talked a lot about these other beautiful ways of self-care. And so if you just joined, definitely look through the chat. There's some beautiful ideas for self-care that you can save to your phone. So if you're kind of like in a bad mood, feeling alone, feeling depressed, you can go to your self-care list and say, which of these am I going to do today to perk you up, if you will. Okay, so let's do this body whispering and energy clearing. Okay, close your eyes. Nice deep breath. Just feel your awareness expanding past the room you're in, the city, country, the planet. Feel your consciousness expanding across the solar system, across the Milky Way galaxy, across all the galaxies of the universe. Feel yourself expanding past the universe into a series of lights, bright lights, dark lights, bright lights. Past the beautiful golden light, the home of your soul, the realm of the angels, archangels, and high masters. Expanding into this beautiful jelly-like substance with all the colors of rainbow, the laws of the universe. And finally expanding into this beautiful pearly iridescent light, bright, bright white light. Beautiful. So it's from this place that we can change beliefs instantly. We can manifest our heart's desires. We can do intuitive body scans. We can tune to that inner wisdom and guidance for how we can take care of our body temple, the foods our body craves, and the foods our body does not like. It's from this place that you can witness instant healings. Place where we can command the body heal and repair itself with ease and grace. Okay, so I would like you to go to a part of your body. Now, for most of you, we're going to be talking about sort of like weight issues. So go to your part of your body where perhaps the weight is a little stubborn, that it's not shifting or moving. So it might be around your bottom, it might be around your arms, it might be in your belly, it might be in your thighs, it might be in your chin, a place where you feel embarrassed, ashamed, angry, resentful. It's not shifting. For others, it might be a particular organ of your body that's got a disease or a condition. Okay, so you might want to go to that particular body or organ. Okay, we're going to do some body whispering. And so go into that body part now, that organ. Bring your awareness to that space. It helps if you put your hands on that area to activate that area. And you're going to speak to it as though it's a person. So let's just say, for example, it's belly fat. Yeah. So you might be holding your belly. And don't go with anger, don't go with resentment or disgust or anything like that. You want to go in with love. Very, very important. When we do body whispering, we want to go with love. That's where you're going to get the highest truth. So you're going to go in that body area and expect to hear, expect to know. So you can ask why you're here, what's your purpose. For some of you, might be showing the trauma that caused that ailment or condition or body fat. There might be some sort of trauma. So as I'm tuning into the group, for some of you, it's the trauma of COVID. It triggered a lot of starvation issues when everybody made a dash for the toilet paper and tin food. So ancestral trauma of starvation. So that sometimes we carry the weight there from ancestral trauma of starvation. So thinking about World War I, World War II, and further. For others, it might be sexual abuse trauma. It might be physical. It might have started from childhood. Just ask to be shown, what was the first cause or first point of trauma that caused this ailment or caused the fat to start here. Just expect to hear an answer. You might even hear the beliefs. I'm not safe. I feel rejected. I feel unloved. You might hear the beliefs of that area of your body. Okay, and so again, remember, you are powerful. You are powerful. So we're going to make a command to the creator of all that is, this divine energy, to heal this part of your body, to release any trauma, that it's completed, it's over, no longer needed, and that you are safe. That it's safe to let this go, that you know who you are now without this. You might feel some gold and white light coming into that area. Don't direct it, don't push it, just allow the healing to occur. Remember, we're tapping into the wisdom of your body, the divine blueprint for self-healing, cellular repair. It's all there, just needs to be activated, turned on. This is what we're doing. We're tapping into the body's own ability to heal and repair itself, to restore the balance, restore the harmony, the homeostasis we talked about earlier. Allow, allow, allow. Don't make it complicated, guys. It can be easy. Release the belief it has to be difficult, has to be a story. Allow it to be easy, that you get to choose a new reality for yourself in this moment. Okay, and so now we're going to receive guidance from the divine. It can also come from your higher self, for how you can honor and support your body temple in its repair, rejuvenation, restoration. And it's going to be unique to you. It's not going to be some fad diet. It's going to be unique to you. So I'm hearing for many of you, it's actually drinking more water. Many of you are actually dehydrated, which is causing your cells not to work as effectively. You guys are like 75 to 80% water. We're mostly water. And tea and coffee does not count. So is it drinking more good quality water? Is it a supplement that you know you should be taking, but you've been putting off because you've convinced yourself it's too expensive? Is it a form of exercise that will get your body moving that you would enjoy, whether it's cycling, swimming, yoga, Pilates, salsa dancing, belly dancing? So many ways to get your body moving, whether it's hiking, power walking, whether it's jumping on the trampoline, roller skating, rollerblading, ice skating, skipping. What are you being shown as the way to move your body that will fill you with joy? That will move the lymphatic system, move the toxins out of your body, and help you to release any excess weight with grace, ease, and joy. It might be the variety in exercise. It might not be the same thing every single day. Maybe you're one of those people that loves the variety, something different every day. What does your body tell you? What does your body need? Trust the wisdom of your body. Is it to stop smoking, reduce alcohol consumption? If so, by how much? What does your body need for healing, repair, rejuvenation? It may simply be your love, that you've been sending so much hate and anger and judgment at your body that it's feeling battered and bruised and attacked. Maybe it just needs your love and acceptance, loving what is. Does your body need more healing to go deeper into some of these wounds? The feminine wound. I've been abused, disrespected, been denied your power, denied a voice, been made to feel invisible, feeling used and taken advantage of, taken for granted, being made to feel like a piece of meat and objectified. What is the next layer of healing that your body needs in order to support that repair, rejuvenation, restoration? Trust the guidance, guys. Trust it. Let go, release, and listen. Okay, so we're going to release anywhere that, like sugar, refined sugar, flour, anywhere those ingredients, alcohol, are a treat, or how you reward yourself. So the anchor for everyone is very different. For some of you, it was from childhood where like the candy or the ice cream was the treat. For some of you, observed behavior around alcohol as a child and replicated that behavior as an adult. So it's different for everyone. So I'm going to ask the creator, the divine energy, just to release that first point of trauma or seed that planted in your mind's eye, that this is how you reward yourself, this is how you take care of yourself, this is how you nurture yourself. So we're going to release that, replace with the creator's highest truth, how to love and honor your body temple, how to love and honor your emotions, that no emotions are bad, to make space in your life for acknowledging all your emotions, whether it's anger, resentment, hatred, jealousy, hurt, rejection, rather than suppressing those feelings with food and alcohol, that you actually acknowledge those emotions. Those emotions are your guidance. They're telling you something. Are you not being respected? Why are you allowing yourself to be disrespected? Are you dishonoring yourself? Are you hurting yourself with food, drugs, alcohol? Are you punishing yourself with food? Those emotions are your guidance. They shouldn't be suppressed. They should be acknowledged, listened to, heard. Your body is always speaking to you. You just need to listen. And so in any moment, you can just ask, body temple, in this moment, what do I need? Body temple, in this moment, what do I need? What do I desire? What does my body want? for healing, repair, rejuvenation. Hmm. Nice deep breath. And slowly open your eyes. Beautiful. How do we feel? How do we feel? What guidance, when you did the body whispering, what did you hear? Whether you were connecting to fat in your belly or your arms or your buttocks, whether it was like a disease or an illness in your body, what did that part of the body tell you during your body whispering? And then when you ask the question, body, what do you need? What do you need? What do you want? What do you desire? What did you get? Let me know in the chat. Interesting, Patsy. Weight can be the way our body finds us to be grounded. Yeah. So sometimes if we're not grounded, the body will make us want to eat more food to feel grounded. So what's another way that you can allow yourself to be grounded? What's another way that you can be more grounded? Right. So that might be planting your butt underneath a tree. So sitting under a tree is a really rapid way to get grounded. Another way is through guided meditation, to really imagine almost though your feet are like growing roots into Mother Earth, into Gaia, and just feeling yourself connected to like the Earth star chakra. Okay, connecting to that and just feeling the pulsating energy of Mother Earth. Yeah. Maria, my body needs lemon. Yeah, lemon is something that I started as a habit. It was wonderful. It was something I did in the morning. So just like lemon in room temperature water. Okay, that was my morning ritual. I need to get back to that. Lemon. A lemon without anything else is very alkalizing, actually, very alkalizing. So when I tuned into a lot of the people, I heard like drinking more water. I heard that the body's too acidic. So if you want to heal your body, lose weight easily, you need to go from acidic to alkaline. So you can research like acid producing foods and alkalizing foods, right? So you want to be consuming more of the alkalizing foods. Stress will cause the body to be acidic. So reducing stress, meditation. We talked about some of the beautiful examples earlier of self-care. All of those things alleviate stress. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Healing my husband's betrayal. Yep. That's going to be a healing session. Abandonment. That's going to be a healing session. So great. Well done, guys. Well done. So you know the next layer of healing that you guys need to do. Okay, so you can do journaling on that. You can book in a session with one of the team, or if you're a 30 healer, you can book, a healing swap with your buddy. For those of you who are our 30 students, you've got the version in a circle. Find your accountability buddy in there. You can do healing swaps. Beautiful, Nafisha. It feels so good now. I forgot the messages. That's okay, Nafisha. What you do is you close your eyes and you go, Creator, help me remember what I saw, felt, and sensed, and then journal. That's the fastest way. Make it easy, Nafisha. You can never forget. Never forget. Yeah, not being so hard on ourselves. Yes, sometimes we're so hard and difficult on ourselves. Yes. So we tend to punish ourselves. Sometimes exercise becomes a punishment. If you go like, right, I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna go to the gym every day, I'm gonna do HIIT workouts, it causes stress in the body because you're doing a HIIT workout every day, and actually causes weight gain instead of weight loss because you're putting your body through stress, right? So it tends to hold on to fat. So sometimes we end up punishing ourselves with food and exercise. Okay, so Penny, you know what you need to work on next. Okay, so Penny, if you're a theta healer, you're going to be doing some digging on yourself. Okay, well done. Really good insight. Well done. Okay, Anika, get to the beach. Find a beach. Yeah, or a lake. Or a lake. Get in water. That's what your body's craving. I'm a Pisces, so I love water. Yeah. Well done. Well done. Beautiful. Okay, so next step is you've gotten some insight and guidance for what your body needs. And so for some of you, it's like the next layer of healing, the next layer of healing. So that healing can be done if you're a theta healer, you can do that healing on yourself. You can do journaling. You can, book in a healing session with one of our team, or other theta healers as well. It's a very rapid way to transform mindset, because we talked a lot about psychology, right? 80% of the challenges we have is run by our psychology and how we think. Belief systems around, oh, it's hard to lose weight, or it's hard to lose weight because of this condition or this age or in this society. We create stories and beliefs about like it's difficult to lose weight, or reasons for why we're sick, right? So all of this is psychology, right? This is my life's work, right? Shifting psychology. So shifting psychology. Yet drinking more water. Yes, absolutely. That was like I heard that many times for many of you. I know it sounds very simple, but making a commitment to just drink more water. And what gets tracked gets measured. So if there's a way for you to track how much water you've drunk and how much exercise you've done, then you feel like you're making progress. Okay, so I've got my Apple Watch, I have a journal, so that's the way I keep track. So you find a method that you keeps track of your progress. Now, very, very important. If you fall off the horse, if you will, just forgive yourself and get back on. Don't beat yourself up if you have a slip up, right? The worst thing you can do is go, oh, I'm such an idiot. I had the entire chocolate cake, or ate the whole box of chocolate. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Oh, I might as well just keep going, right? That's the worst thing you can do. It's like, okay, had a slip up, something going on here. What belief created this self-sabotage where I went back to the chocolate after losing weight? If there's yo-yoing happening, there's some belief that says it's safer for me to carry this weight. If I lose this weight, something bad will happen, right? If I get skinny, I might leave my husband. If I get skinny, my husband will want to have sex with me. And I don't like my husband, for example, right? Or if I get skinny, then I'll be abused like I had been abused as a child. So we want to have a look at some of the subconscious beliefs that you're running that's causing this self-sabotage of the yo-yoing, for example, or we talked about earlier about the upper limits. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it up now, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I've posted the link into the upcoming event, meditation. We do that. We used to do this monthly, and now we do them like twice a year. So it's a very special meditation. It's about really activating the divine, sacred, feminine. This is about healing a woman's power. So Vanya Silverton will be doing a deep dive into healing the womb, sacred sexuality. And we talked a little bit about this today in regards to sort of like the weight we may carry in like our tummies, on our bottoms and things, and inner thighs. All of that is like sexual chakra energy, okay? Not feeling safe to be women, not feeling safe to be beautiful, feeling vulnerable, feeling exposed, feeling like a piece of meat, like all those, some of these programs of the objectification of women and the suppression of our sexuality, which is an ancient program of suppression of women due to like the dominance of like the patriarchy. So Vanya's going to do a deeper dive during the meditation to do more energy clearing, to release some of this trauma inside our women and our sexual energy, and really claiming that divine goddess power, right? What it means to be like the sovereign of your life. Okay, so I'll invite you to join us for that meditation evening coming up in a few weeks. And then after Vanya's meditation, I'll do one which will be bridging the wealth gap. So sex and money are linked. They are linked. They're actually in the same chakra. Your sexual chakra is linked to sex and money. So, right now in the world, we still have a huge gap between what the men earn and what the women earn. Women having to fight to be heard, to be listened, to be acknowledged, to be seen, to be respected, and things like that. So I'm going to be doing a deep dive into really about what it means for a woman to be in her power, letting go of any shame of wanting to earn money, make money, provide for her family, build her empire, take care of her family, being supported. The most successful of the women in the world have got support. They're not doing their own washing. They're not going to the dry cleaners. They've got teams of people doing this stuff for them so they can show up at their very best in their zone of genius. So I'll be talking about bridging the wealth gap, allowing women to really truly step into their power and their sovereignty as women, and their destiny and their purpose beyond just being mothers or housekeepers. Okay, so this is what we'll be doing on that meditation. So it's on the 26th of August at 7 p.m. London time. It'll be online. The whole event's going to be live online. So once you book your tickets, you'll get the Zoom link, and then on the 26th, you'll join us for the 90-minute guided meditation, and you have lifetime access to that entire recording. Okay, so I invite you to join us on that very special meditation evening. As I mentioned, we don't do them very often now, so this is a very, very special event. Vanya, is an expert when it comes to awakening sexual energy. And when we heal our sexual energy, when we heal our self-worth and the self-love that we have, when we heal all these issues, then it becomes easy to release the weight. It becomes easier to make the money because we love ourselves first. So I started today's training talking about which wolf you're going to feed. Is the wolf that criticizes you, puts you down, makes you feel like, well, I can't afford the vegetarian food, I can't afford the organic, I can't afford these supplements, it's too difficult for me to lose weight, I'm too old, right? Whatever story you're telling, or I've got a family inherited condition and this is the way I am. Or the voice of the higher self, the voice of your soul that says you are powerful, your body knows how to heal and repair itself, you already know how to activate the cellular codes within you, or the blueprint for repair, rejuvenation, restoration. Right? You get to choose which wolf you're going to feed. Thank you so much, everyone, and good night.